What's up? What's up? What's up, YouTube? It's your girl DeeDee. Welcome back to another live stream, you guys. Happy Tuesday. I hope you all are doing well. Thank y'all so much for being here. As you come into the building, make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, thumbs up the stream, you guys. That definitely helps the channel out. So make sure as you're coming in, you hit the like button. That definitely helps the sister out. All right. So, also, if you are new to the channel and you like the content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It is free to subscribe, share, and like the video as well. And do not forget to hit that notification bell to be notified when I upload new content or go live. All right. As y'all come in, hit the like button. Thank you so much for being here, y'all. Shout out to you guys. Thank y'all so much for being here once again. Happy Tuesday. Y'all, I'm not going to keep y'all too long because I got to go to the eye doctor. So I'm not going to keep y'all too long today, but we got some stuff we're going to chat about, and definitely chime in the comments, you guys. And also, if you want to support the channel and become a channel member, go ahead and do that. It definitely helps the channel. And if you want to give a super chat or cash app to support the channel, that would definitely help the channel out as well. So make sure you guys are doing that as well. So we're going to get right into it, y'all. Thank y'all so much for being here once again. Shout out to everybody watching, everybody in the building. I am Alex. What's going on, Alex? Who else? Lorenzo in the building. What's going on? Fourth Dimension. What's going on? How are you guys doing? Thank y'all so much for being here. Shout out to everybody watching. So you guys see the title, Modern Women Don't Think Weight Should Be a Factor in Dating. Take me as I am. I talk about it all the time. And it's definitely an issue in dating, just an issue in life. We have in America, the obesity rates in our country are astronomical. A lot of people are obese. Let's just be honest. It's not just in the Black community, but just in general, we have the highest obesity rates. Okay. So a lot of people are overweight, and it's an epidemic. It's a problem. It's causing health issues, diabetes, all high cholesterol, all types of health issues relating to obesity. So it is definitely a problem that we're facing. But when we talk about dating, when it comes to dating, it's an issue, and it's something that a lot of men have been very vocal about. A lot of men have talked about how they want fit women. They would prefer a fit woman. Of course, we always talk about the small percentage of men who actually like bigger women. Yes, they are out there. What they call them, chubby chasers, child. I don't know if they still call them that. I'm just saying that's the last thing I remember. Chubby chasers. I don't know if that's what they still call it today, because this new modern vocabulary is different. So what do they call them today? Because the last I checked, they was calling them chubby chasers, but I don't know. It ain't me. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just saying that's what they called them last, chubby chasers. But I ain't mad at your preference. Whatever you like, it's on you. You the one, that's your life. So if that's what you like, that's not a problem. But the majority of men are saying that they would prefer fit women, because they want to have children with these women, and they want the mother to be healthy. They want her to, be okay after she have that first child. And if they want to have more, they don't want her to, balloon out of shape, because that's unhealthy. And of course, it's a physical attraction thing as well. Let's be honest. You like the woman petite. You like how she look. You like her being in shape and healthy is attractive to you. So you don't want your woman just to spiral out of control and just become unrecognizable. You know what I mean? And become something that you was never attracted to. So I think that's important. I think it's important for you to have what it is that you want, and for, just people and women, men in general, to be healthy. You know what I mean? Do it for yourself. Your health is wealth. So if you're healthy, it's not only for, it's not only for a relationship and a man, but for you as well. You should want to be the healthiest you could possibly be to live as long as you possibly can, right? So we're going to talk about it. So that brings me to this particular video, which it's, I don't know if it's viral, but I see a lot of people reacting to it. So I'm going to pull it up. And of course, y'all, it comes from Kendra G. Shout out to Kendra G. Because we see all types of people on there, child. It's getting out of hand. But, this is a lot. And then once again, let me just make this clear. This is not all women. I'm not talking, because there are good women. There are women who are in shape. There are women who are on the thicker side, but they're not, they're not letting themselves go. They work out and they're in good health and shape. So we're not talking about those women. We're not talking about the women who think differently. We're talking about the women who think that it's okay to just be as big as you want and then expect everybody else to accept you. That's the issue. It's not the fact that if you want to be 300-400 pounds and you 5'4" or 5 feet, that's your business. That's your business, child. I'm not getting your business. I'm just reacting to it. If you want to be 500 pounds at 5 feet, that's your business. If you like food, I like food too, but I know I can only go so far because we all could get fat. We all could gain weight. I've gained weight. We all gain weight. We lose weight. We all fluctuate in some way, but you gotta take that in control. You gotta have some discipline. You gotta have some control. And I will put my hand up and say, listen, I'm not perfect by no stretch of the imagination, because people like to throw that at me. I am not. I like snacks. My husband called me snacks in the beginning of our relationship, honey, because I like snacks. I like to eat too. I'm not skinny. I used to be. So I can stand to lose a few pounds too. But you got to have some discipline. You just can't let yourself spiral out of control and think that that's okay for your health and for your family, for your husband or potential husband. You have to make sure that you keep yourself healthy. And I think that's a major concern, and men should be concerned about a woman's weight. Men should be concerned about, what type of woman they're getting involved with. So you need to be concerned about that. And I don't think that they should be shamed into thinking that weight shouldn't matter, because it does. And if that's their preference, just like anybody else want their preference to be heard and to be respected, it goes both ways. Both have to be respected and looked at and appreciated, because they don't have to accept, what you're dishing out. Red Talk Anna, thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate you. Thank you. What I was about to say, yeah, I think, you gotta, if you want respect, if you want to be respected on your views and your thoughts and your preferences, then you need to respect what men are saying too. So they're saying they want a fit woman. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Just if you want to fit, most women want fit men. Let's be honest, right? If women will be truthful and honest, most women want fit men. Most women don't want no big 400-pound man either. Hell, let's be honest. Most women don't want no big old man. Even the big girls don't want a big man, right? How many times we see a larger woman say she want a smaller man? Most of them don't even want a big man. So most women don't want a big man. So it shouldn't be shocking that men are saying they don't want big. Most men don't want big women. Let's be honest. Let's be real about it. And just be honest. That's it. So let's go ahead and get into the video clip. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it up for you guys. Make sure y'all are hitting the like button, y'all. Hit the like button as you come in. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Here we go. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this up. So now this is a 39-year-old woman who eventually says she don't think that weight should matter, I guess, in dating. We're gonna check out the video. Y'all chime in the chat. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Hey.
How you pronounce your name, baby?
Marley.
Marley, where you calling me from?
Scottsdale, Arizona.
That where?
Scottsdale, Arizona.
Scottsdale, Arizona. Okay. And how old are you?
39.
39. And what you do for a living?
I'm a vice president of HR.
Vice president? Okay, vice president. Ooh, shit. You have any kids?
I do. I have a 22-year-old daughter.
Okay. Have you ever been married, Marley?
No.
No. What's your zodiac sign?
I'm a Taurus.
When's your birthday?
May 6th.
Okay, I'm May 27th. We one day apart.
Yes.
Wait, no, I'm older than you. We one day in a couple years. All right, so we got Marley, Scottsdale, Arizona, 39, Taurus, vice president of HR, mom to a 22-year-old, never married. What kind of man you looking for?
A loyal man, one that is ready for commitment.
Okay.
I want to be married. One that understands what partnership looks like. A woman that comes to a relationship, I would say seasoned, right? I'm 39. I am not a young chicken. I want to be a wife. I want to nurture. I want to cater to my man who understands what that looks like, because that does come along with some requirements.
Okay. What requirements does that come along with?
So if I'm cooking and cleaning and I'm steaming underwear and I'm running bath waters, you would never have to ask me if I'm going to cook. You would never have to ask me to be a woman to do those things. I shouldn't ask you to take the trash out. I shouldn't ask you to be a man. I shouldn't have to ask you to provide and protect, because you would never have to ask me to be a woman.
Okay. So provide as in he pays all the bills?
No, I think what works best for us in a relationship, I've done 50-50. I've had a man that was a provider. I think it's really the two individuals that's within that relationship.
Okay.
Can figure.
So what are your deal breakers?
Now, before she get into her deal breakers, this is the funny thing about it. And listen, of course, just to be honest and real, we live in a real world. People, every relationship that you get into is just not going to work out. And I understand that. And I get it that, you may meet somebody and the chemistry is off and y'all just going in two different directions and it just doesn't work. So every person that you meet don't mean that that's somebody that you're just supposed to just be with. No, it just may not be a connection. So I understand that. But what I find oftentimes by watching these videos and the women that come on there, a lot of these women, if you look at the similarities in their stories, they're very similar. They always say they met a guy that was a provider. They met a guy who they went 50-50 with. But they never really elaborate on what happened in the relationship. Why did the relationship end? You hear women talk about they were in relationships with good men, right? You were in a relationship with a good man, but what was the breakdown of the issues that caused y'all to not be together? See, this is where I think a lot of women are disingenuous about the full story when it comes to their relationships. Because it seems like either you have a group of women who say every relationship were in, the man was toxic, he was the problem, which we know, I don't believe that. And then we have another group of women who claim to have had good relationships. So what was the problem? So if you had good relationships with guys who were providers, protectors, then what was the problem? And it just goes to the accountability aspect. And once again, I'm not saying that it isn't possible for a woman to meet a bunch of jackasses. You could run into guys who are just not that good. But then again, that says a lot about who you're attracting. So if you're attracting, and this is just my opinion, if you're constantly attracting the same type of guy over and over and over, maybe that's your type. But your type are the assholes, or the type of guys who are not meant to be or not ready to be in relationships. So what that would mean is you would have to change something about you. And I find oftentimes women hate to accept that. Not all women, but there are some who hate to accept that the issue is them, because they see themselves a certain way and they don't think that they should change anything or take any accountability on their part. So this is why they constantly meet men and have issues with the men, because it's not lining up with what they expect or what they think a man should be or what he should be doing. And if he doesn't meet their expectations, no matter how unrealistic they are, then they tend to just blame the men and not look at themselves and think, well, maybe. And it's not about settling. It's not about lowering your value. It's about being realistic and logical in your approach. And that's the thing that a lot of women aren't. A lot of women are very emotional. We think with our feelings and we use emotion. We don't use logic. We don't look at what men are and the role of a man, as well as most women don't look at what their roles are. They kind of try to create it themselves. They create what they think it should be based off of their abilities and their accomplishments. And they think, oh, well, since I accomplish this and I have this, then this, my way or the highway, this is what I want. This is how it's going to be. And any man that can't level up to that, well, he can keep it moving. So they keep it moving and you end up being single. And that could be part of the problem. Not saying that men are perfect, because they are not by a long shot. Nobody is perfect, but you gotta meet the man halfway just as much as you want him to meet you halfway. You can't think that you got it all together, because there are we've seen all these traumatized women. They've never had therapy. They've never talked to anybody. They think they're perfect as they are, and you got to understand that obesity is a sign of mental anguish. In my opinion, it's a sign of mental issues, because you're eating yourself to oblivion. You're eating yourself to suppress certain either issues you have or things that you're trying to suppress, traumas in your life. It's a form of it's a coping mechanism to eat. It's a form of it's almost like therapy in a sense for the person who's dealing with that. That's why it's a medical issue. People who are obese, they can get disability because it's looked at as a disability. It's a coping mechanism. It's the way, how you hear women say they're eating their feelings, because usually when women get upset or they feel some kind of way, they either eat a lot. Some women do it in reverse. If they're depressed or if they're having issues, they don't eat. So which some of these women end up being anorexic. There are women who either don't eat and do it in a drastic way, or there's some women, and the majority of women seem to eat. This is what crying and eating your ice cream and just eating your feelings mean. So it's a coping mechanism to deal with traumatic issues or just life issues, depression, things of that nature. So you got to understand, if you see somebody that's obese, it is more going psychologically that's going on there. It's not just you just eating and you like food. It's that too, but there's more to it. Let's continue.
Men that have children under the age of 13. I don't really want young kids like that. My daughter's grown. Come over here, potential. I don't date potential. So if you haven't figured life out by this point, I'm not the girl for you. I'm not going to help you build. I'm not going to help you become established. Come with something, because I'm coming with something. Okay. And I know it's not going to fare well with the comments.
Okay. So she's not going to build you up. Be already built. This ain't Legos. No, Legos. This ain't Legos. All right. Should he look a certain way?
I definitely don't have a preference. I have typically dated big guys, defensive linemen, O-linemen. I'm a football girl. That's it. As long as I'm attracted to him, I could care less what the world
Okay.
is.
What about money? Should he make a certain amount of money?
Yes, at least 6 figures. He needs to be equally yoked. I'm a vice president. I have 4 degrees. So if that gives you any indication of where I sit, let's be equally yoked in that.
So make at least $100,000.
Yes.
So if he made $70,000, should he reach out to
you? You know what? I would say yes. I mean, yeah, he can reach out to me. I'm not going to say it's a disqualifying factor.
Okay.
What I am going to say is it's expensive to live life right now. And if we want to live life a certain kind of way with no excuses, it costs.
Okay. Fair enough. Let's do the Kendra Cam.
Oh, okay.
Now, before the last, these types of women.
I'm a PhD.
Work my nerves. I ain't gonna lie, and I'm not mad at her preference. I'm just saying sometimes
I'm a PhD.
That get on my goddamn nerves. You with 4 degrees, kudos to you. Shout out to you. That has nothing to do with finding a man that you can work with, and this idea of that you don't want to build with a man, it's kind of stupid to me. I think a lot of these women, and not her per se, but a lot of these women are just used to dealing with what they would call the bottom of the barrel. They're so used to dealing with men who don't have a job and don't have a place to stay, don't have a car. living in the mama's basement. They so used to dealing with those kind of men. So when they come back to the marketplace looking for a man, it just sounds like, the things you're asking for, sometimes in some cases, it's like, wow, who the hell you been dating? Like you've been dating men who don't have jobs and don't have cars and don't have their own place. Like what kind of men have you been used to dating? That shows you the realm of men that they've, put themselves in is really bad. This is why they say they don't want the bottom of the barrel, because they've been at the bottom of the barrel. They've been the bottom of the barrel. And it's like, wow. But then if you do get, level yourself up, you get a degree or several, now you're just so, I don't know, it just feels like an entitlement, or like a, like you're superior, that superiority complex type of thing. Like you think you just, this, and I don't know. And I ain't gonna lie, a lot of women that look like her, I don't know, it's a look. They always be the ones who expect the most, like who really think like that. And it seems like it hasn't worked for her in the past. And you're constantly getting older. She's damn near 40. And if you see what that mentality is not really helping, why don't you change it? Not saying you accept anything, but you got to understand this whole idea. You're not building with a person. The thing, you are, but you still are. Financially, if both of y'all come to the table financially making decent money, if he makes $70,000 a year and you make $100,000 a year, you bring that together and you make it work, and you build on that. I don't understand why women think that once you get in a relationship with a man or a marriage, that your building just stops. You're individuals. This is what a relationship and a marriage, a commitment looks like. You come in what you bring, what you have to the table. He brings what he have to the table. Y'all mesh that together and you create a new table. And you build up on that table, because now you're combining your lives together, and you're incorporating children. So you're building a family, you're building a livelihood. Usually when people get married, either the man usually, has the house and he puts the woman in a family in it. Men who want families are the ones who go out and get houses for a family. So you build that together. All these women always talking about, you don't want to build. All they thinking about is money, money, money. That's it. If he don't make over a certain number, then you don't, we can't build. Well, why you can't build? If he made less, but he's still working and he working towards something, why you can't build with him? You don't just get in a relationship with a person and y'all just stop building. Y'all building together. That's what it's all about, a togetherness. They're so stuck on this independent mindset. You can't think past that. You can't think past we as opposed to you. They're so stuck on themselves. You don't understand what we looks like. This is, and I think that's why a lot of these women will stay single. Classy Perspective, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, is she looking for a job or a relationship? LOL. Child, I don't know. Sound like a job to me. These they really they try to shoot their shot, but they missing, honey. They missing. They don't know what they're doing, in my opinion. That's why they're single. You keep sticking to that whole echo chamber of women who are single telling you what you should be looking for, or you don't realize that why your past relationships fail. And it's always a reason why. Oh, he was the narcissist. Oh, he was this and he was that. So yeah, accountability is important. Divine Photos, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, anytime women ask for 6 figures, just know she's in debt, and 4 degrees, most likely in debt. Right. She is leading with accolades as if men are attracted to that. Exactly. And that's the problem. In my opinion, in my humble opinion, I think that that's the problem. I don't understand. You don't want to build with nobody. So why you even want to be in a relationship? Because that's what a relationship is all about. Building together. You take your individual lives, like I said before, and you bridge them together, and you build on that. Thank you, Divine Photos, once again for the super chat. I appreciate you. I don't understand. They're just looking at it. Oh, my money, what I make, so he better bring what I bring. Classy says, she's the perfect stud for a woman, baby. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat. Classy Perspective. It's crazy. It really is. And you can't, is she a I don't know. But it's just y'all know I can't wrap my brain about it. I can't call it. It's like what is going on? This modern world has really got these women's mentality warped. Their mind is screwed. They can't see outside of these degrees and these and these I don't know and whatever money they make. They can't unless they don't have the money. See, you could see what you want financially out of man when you don't have it. But Lord, let them get a good job and make a little money. Oh my Lord, they turn into she demons. Now all of a sudden you're the cream of the crop. I'm so this, so I would not, and 1 year ago you was just broke and living in the projects. Like all of a sudden you got a job and now you feel like you're so much better. You can request $1 million man. Like this is crazy. It really is, but they getting it. They realizing it, but they won't admit it and they won't change anything. So knowing is half the battle, but the other half is you actually applying what you know and what you learned and actually using it. Sitting here knowing and looking at the outcomes and not what you expected and not doing anything about it. It's just ridiculous. It's asinine, and look, it is what it is. Let's continue.
I just had knee surgery last week, so let's.
You can't stand up.
I'm gonna stand up.
Well, if you're in a situation, I'll give you grace.
No, it's okay.
Why did you have knee surgery? What happened?
I tore my meniscus.
Okay.
Wow. So let's see. So I'm limping.
Okay. You got that. You had that booty in our face for a second. All right. Okay. We see you, Mama. Marley, when was your last relationship?
About 3 years ago.
3 years ago.
Yeah.
You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
I think it was January.
January. Okay. They're telling me to ask, do you typically date men that make 100K?
Yeah. I work in sports. So it's not like I don't have a plethora of men that I have access to. But what I learned as being a Black executive is you don't play where you eat. So
I don't know if I agree with that, because I tell women all the time, if you around these men, y'all need to lock it in, because that's what the other women be doing. The women who don't have the degrees, what they do is their degree is trying to get your coworker. And if you are a person who is surrounded by these 100K men, you need to have the mindset of the other women who there to get her husband. You need to get your husband, girl, if you around them all the time.
I think so. I think it's hard when you work with them. I mean, if you're in sports, you're with them 7 days a week sometimes. They become family. They become.
Girl, stop. Look, if you are around those men, you work with them. See, the gag is those men aren't attracted to her. See, that's the part they don't want to say. You want to beat around the bush and go in circles. And this is why a lot of women don't like me, because I don't have time. I don't have time to go around the bush, beat, and all of this book BS. Call it like it is. Being honest. Honesty is the key. Honesty is the best policy. Look, tell the truth. Tell the truth. The men aren't checking for you, boo. If these men around you making these 6 figures or more, and if they saw you, they don't give a damn if y'all work together. As long as y'all not, you're not violating any terms that could get you fired or whatever or terminated. They wouldn't care. If they see you and they want you, they're gonna go after you. Bottom line, they don't want to go after you. She probably is. No disrespect or anything to her or anybody. Just being honest. If they look at you as family, that might be right, because they don't see you as a potential woman or wife for them. They look at you as the homie, the trainer or whatever you're doing, family. Like, yeah, like I'm not intimately attracted to you or anything. I don't see you as nothing that could be serious and intimate. I don't see you as a potential wife or a woman that I want to be with. That's just what it is. And they hate to say that because they think it I don't know, it takes away from them or something. No, be honest. They didn't. None of those guys are looking at you as a potential mate. That's just what it is. And they hate to be honest about it. But we're not stupid. Thank you for the super chat. Classic Perspective says she tore her meniscus and ACL. Too much weight, not to mention when a woman or a man is tilt forward, that means their abdomen is pushing downward and it's pulling on their spine. Right. I mean, that's good information. That's good, actually good information, Classy. Right. So she took because too much weight, right? When you tilt forward, I notice when I see people who are a little bigger, they do kind of lean forward. Like I guess, because it's too much. That means their abdomen is pulling forward and downward and it's pulling on their spine. Thank you for the super chat, Classic Perspective. I appreciate the information. Divine Photo says, well, women like her have to understand it's just because the six-figure man hunts you doesn't mean you belong in the same room as them. Exactly. Thank you for the super chat, Divine Photos. Exactly. This is what we hear all the time. Oh, I could get a man. Oh, I could get a man because he could DM you and say, hey, beautiful, how you doing? Grand rising and all this stuff and call you gorgeous, but you don't have a man. And this is why they are confused. They're like, well, if you talking to me and if you saying I'm beautiful and all this, why aren't you shooting your shot? Because they don't want to. They'll shoot that shot if they think they could get something out of you, but that's it. They're not they don't see you as a wife material or long-lasting, long-term relationship material. I just see you somebody that might could potentially get when they bored one night and they get horny and they're like, okay, I could call old girl up and she gonna come. That's it. We see that happening all the time. That's just what that is. Let's continue.
Brother.
Well, you said,
and it's
no, but my question was, actually, did you date men, not work with them?
No, I thought you said that I dated men and made 100K.
Yes.
I go, yes, I have.
So you have, okay, so then you have dated the men you work around with at times.
Well, yeah, I've only been in 2 relationships, one for 15 years and one for 3, and they both made 100K.
Okay. So, and were they co-workers?
No.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, fair enough. Okay. All right. Did I ask you the last time you were intimate with someone? You don't have to answer.
No, it's fine. It was in January.
Okay. 3 flaws you have to work on.
I would say my patience. I'm a very giving person, and so I expect myself out of individuals. And once you don't show me that, I get turned off real quickly. I walk away. Let's see. I can be a little nonchalant. I guess I could. Sometimes I just don't really speak up. I'll just walk away from situations without actually talking. And I guess right now being intentional with dating, it has always been a focus to be a mother, now my career. So being intentional about actually finding a husband could be a priority.
Okay. And why would a guy be lucky to be with you, sweetie?
I feel like I'm an overall, all-around good person. I definitely don't do drama. I'm not with the arguing. I'm compromising. I'm a girl. I'm a sports girl. I have a PS5. So I feel like I'm very relatable. And again, to know me is to love me. I've never met a stranger. I'm a caring, nurturing kind of person. Sorry, I'm nervous. I didn't got on your show, Lord Jesus. Yeah. I think I come with all the values that men look for, outside of the debate about being a plus size woman asking for 6 figures. I think that debate is crazy.
Wait, what? Okay. What debate?
It's going on in the comments. Being plus size and being 40 and asking for someone who makes 6 figures. Like, why would a man who makes 6 figures want to date a girl that's plus size? I'm like, that debate is old. Like, pick another reason why a plus size woman should ask or require things out of men that she provides. Like
well, ma'am, this is the part that you missing. Nobody is saying that you can't ask or require that. You can require and ask what you want. It doesn't mean that they got to give it to you. See, that's the honest truth. It doesn't mean that they got to give it to you, boo. You can ask for the sun, the moon, the stars, but they ain't got to give it to you. And the pushback is trying to make them want to give it to you when that's not what they require. See, your requirements don't supersede the men's requirements. Your requirements are your requirements, but they don't supersede somebody else's requirements. So if your requirements are 6 figures, you can say everything it is that you want out of a relationship. That's fine. But a man can say whatever it is he want out of a relationship too. You know better than him. He can request what he want. It's not the fact that you're asking, it's the fact that they don't have to accept it, and you can't force them to accept it. The conversation about men not wanting big women who make over $100,000 a year or more, who make 6 figures, it's not an old one. It's been around. If that's a person's preference, I don't care how much money they make. I don't care if you make 40,000 a year, you still can have a preference. Your preference could be whatever it is you want it to be. And if, just like these women say, hey, well, this is my preference, you could take it or leave it. Well, take me as I am or keep it moving. Well, that goes for any grown adult, man or woman. If a man says, I won't fit women, I'm fit, I want to fit women. Why are these big bras are trying to force the men into taking them? Like, they don't want you. If they don't want a woman over 40, that's their preference. Maybe you need to do something differently to try to attract a guy. Figure out another strategy. Y'all so smart and got all these degrees, but you don't use them when it comes to being logical about relationships and what men want. So no, it ain't old. That's their preference, just like you have yours. That kills me. I ain't gonna lie, because it's like, what do y'all be smoking? Paul Harrison coming through with the generous super chat. Appreciate you. Thank you, Paul. Paul says, hey, DeeDee, just wanted to show my sister more love. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Today has been a day of doctor's appointments and medication for me. Stroke recovery isn't easy, but God is good. Wish I could stay for the entire show. We'll be back. Thank you so much, and hope you're doing well. Sorry to hear that, but hope everything continues to go well with you. All right. Oh wow. So hope just take it easy, be careful, and just be, treat yourself and just be good. Because I'm sorry to hear that. I have no idea what's going on with people who come into, this chat and things. But thank you so much for sharing. And I hope all is well with you and everything continues to go well. And just take it easy, be safe, all of that good stuff. All right. And thank you once again for the super chat. I appreciate you. Successful MD says a lack of tolerance or patience for overgrown stupidity. People say communication is key, but I say honest communication is key. Too many lie easily. Facts. That's facts. That's facts. Yeah. Be honest. Be honest. I think that's better, because you can work with that. But lying to yourself and being delusional does not help anybody. Thank you for the super chat, Successful MD. Divine Photo says Mr. Six Figures not bringing her in his Corvette. Hey, babe. Right. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat, Divine Photos. Child, Lord. I don't know. She might be able to fit. I don't know. Thank you, Divine Photos. Let's continue.
The weight doesn't dictate my worth. So let's stop it with the weight comments. Like, let's be for real.
We're not saying that.
Okay. I was actually, it's hard for me to read the comments, so I didn't see those comments. But the comments are saying that because you're plus size, you shouldn't request a 6-figure guy. Mm-hmm. Well, you said yes. You dated 6-figure men. Were you plus size then?
No, I gained a lot of weight over the last year since my original ACL injury. But regardless of me being 50 pounds lighter, and to now I'm the same person.
Well, that is you're the same person, but
I look different.
The thing is, unfortunately, child, that's why I asked you, did you have those same men? So you gained 50 pounds since then. Mm-hmm. So you don't think that would be a hindrance at all?
No.
Or the type of guy that you say you want?
I don't think so, because if you're only dating me, or you're only going to marry me based because I look good in a bikini, or I was 50 pounds with a body, what happens when, like what happened, an ACL tear, then a meniscus tear happens, you gain weight because you can't work out. What happens then? You're going to leave me? So why is weight a requirement?
Well, listen, and I will say this, why is 100K a requirement? if he made 70K or 60K, that still doesn't determine his worth. You know what I mean? He could still be a good man and be a good man to you, making $60,000 a year. So why that same, I mean, we could use that for why women are requesting 100, 6 figures or more. If your weight doesn't determine your worth, then the amount of money he makes doesn't determine his worth unless you know, he doesn't make any money and he's not productive and he's not doing anything. But if he's a productive man that cares about you, he's working. He doesn't make what you make or more, but he's working and he's supportive and he's loving and he's there. And you guys are building, but you don't want to build with a man. You want somebody who just makes over a certain number. That doesn't make him a great man. So I don't understand why, by her own logic, the emphasis on a man's money does not mean he's better. It just means that he makes money. It doesn't mean that he wants you, and it doesn't mean that he's the man of your dreams just by his money alone. So if she's going to use that, well, okay. And your weight doesn't determine your worth, but it's a requirement that a lot of men have, just like yours. And if you're not willing to accept a man who's making less money but might have all the other qualities that you want, then you can't expect him to throw away his requirements just because you feel like you're a good person. He might not just be attracted to you. See, he just may not be attracted to you. And usually men who make a lot of money are not attracted to overweight women. That's just because they have the preference. They have the pick of the litter, because every woman wants a man with money. So he don't have to, and I don't care. See, my thing is, I'm not hung up on the money part. Because I know that the amount of money that you make does not determine your worth, in my opinion. I don't think that just because look, I see too many men with money who are trash. Let's just be honest. There's too many men who are famous men, people with money who are not good people. So it's not, I already know it's just, that is far from the truth. That does not determine your value or worth. But because society looks at people with money and put them on a pedestal, they have more reason to feel and think that they're everything since sliced bread, because that's what society deems important and special. Your money, your status. But a lot of those people, and I said this many a times, don't be fooled. This is why I don't see how these educated women don't get it. You don't realize that the money does not determine the person's worth of who they really are, what type of person they are, how they're going to treat you, how they talk to you, how they look at you. Do they value you? Do they even care about you? And I'm just saying, a lot of these guys with all this money, child, they don't stack up. They're not what you think. And so a lot of these women find that out. We've seen women who say, oh, I've dated a rich man and the way he treated me and this and that. Come on, y'all act like y'all dumb. Like you don't get it. Like it's not about your money. It's not about your race. It's not about any of that. It's about who you are, your morals, your values, your character, who you are. What do you value? Like, what are the things that you value? What is it? Do you treat people right? Do you care about how you treat people? How you're looking at, there's so many other things that you should be concerned about than just the dollar amount of what somebody makes. So it's funny how they can see it. You don't see it when it comes to money, but you see it when it comes to your obesity, something that you can change. And she even said, listen, I'm 50 pounds heavier. I don't look the same. Well, now you're getting bigger girl outcomes. You're getting bigger girl outcomes. Even when you were smaller, 50 pounds smaller, those relationships didn't work. So it might be more than just that, but that's definitely a factor. And if men are saying, I'm not attracted to you, you're kind of big, then that's their preference. If you're not willing to accept a man for who he is, why should they accept you right off the bat for what you look like? Why should they see the bigness and say, nah, that ain't my type, I'm going mine? Just like you won't accept the man who making less money because you staunch with your values and your morals. Why can't he be staunch with his and very particular about what he's attracted to? Because if he's not attracted to you, he ain't gonna waste his time. And that's what she's realizing, but hate to accept it, hate to acknowledge it. And that's just what it is. They try to force men to want them at 300. I ain't saying she's 300 pounds, but I'm saying I see big girls and they really think they're 10 and the men just gonna fawn all over them. No, they'll raise that stomach up. They'll raise that stomach up and bang you real good, child. but they don't want you. Let's be honest. We watched the other video of the woman. She had a sneaky link. I don't know what you call it. Somebody on the side for when she get horny. And that girl's stomach was down to the floor. And so you got to pick that up. And I'm not lying. So he had to pick that up, and he getting up in there, child. He don't care. But he's not a serious candidate for relationships. No shit. So, it is what it is. Let's continue.
I think I'm solely on board with preference. I like big boys. Like, if you're super skinny, I wouldn't naturally like have eyes around you. Not to say that you weren't an option, but a preference, not a requirement.
Okay, I think let me ask you this. So you said, obviously, he shouldn't leave you if he gains weight. Now, you made it clear his salary is important because you want to live a certain way. So what happens if he loses his salary and no longer can be a 100K man? Do you stay with that man?
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's a thing to where I don't want men, I not come across men that they see my lifestyle and then they challenge it, right? Why do you have a housekeeper? Why do you do this? I think if you make a certain amount of money and understand that it's not a huge task to have a housekeeper, you wouldn't come in and try to change me. So I think that's where the salary requirement comes. I'm not flying frontier. Don't ask me. Again, it comes along with salary.
See, and there it is. See, that's the type of attitude that I can't stand, because I just think that it's a superiority thing. Okay, you make and this is the thing. A man who makes good money, he may have a different perspective on money. And see, just getting a man who makes more doesn't mean that he's going to be just wanting to spend it all. Every man that makes a lot of money doesn't care about spending all his money on a flight or on spending the most for first class. That's where they get it twisted. They think because you make it that you're going to be willing to spend it just like they're spending it. We know that women are the biggest consumers. We know that women spend money on anything. This is why when you favor the hyenas and you're on their side, you make more money because they spend more. Men are a little bit more frugal with their money. Men don't spend on anything. They don't just go out and just spend everything that they've made. They're a little bit more frugal or just, they're going to assess what they're going to spend their money on. Certain things they don't feel they need. We need everything, every little thing we see, we want to get, and we're ready to just buy it. This is why when you go look at homes and houses, they're in the woman's face, they're looking at me. Cause I'm going to like everything. Oh my God, this is so nice. And I'm guilty of it. Yes, I'm a woman, but this is how I know it's the truth. Be honest about it. They cater to the women because women like everything. You're not going to look at the bones of the house. You're not going to look at the structural aspect of the house. You're not going to look at, cracks here and crack. Well, I know now. I look at it. I know better. I know better, but a lot of them don't. You're going to look at what looks good. You're going to look at what's pretty. You're not going to look at the structural where it might be a beautiful house. We love the kitchens and the bathroom. So they make that so nice. So, it's so nice. I want this one. And then here go the man. He noticing things that the woman is not noticing because he's looking at the overall. He's looking at what makes sense. So yeah, they made this look pretty, and then what's that crack over there? Why is the crack in the ceiling? And you know anything about houses? If you see cracks in the ceiling, that could be a foundational issue. Am I lying? It could be a foundation. If you see cracks all the way along the roof, and that could be a foundational problem. If he's looking at the plumbing, he's looking on, he's looking at underneath the cabinets. He's looking in. Because plumbing, electrical, all that is, you buy a house, especially if it's an old house and it has plumbing and electrical problems or a foundational problem. Oh, damn it. You messed up. You buy something like that, oh hell, you just wasted a bunch of money, and you're gonna have to spend a whole lot of money getting that fixed. That's a waste. That was not a good purchase if you purchase something with plumbing or electrical and foundational issues. That means, child, you gonna that's not a good buy, right? So, but as women, a lot of times we go into it looking at it. They make it look so pretty. Oh, it is so pretty. I want this one. You like how it looked. They encourage you. Oh, look at here. Look at the blinds. Everything that is superficial. Everything that you could easily change. So you have a house. Just giving you guys an example, and I know y'all can relate to this. The guys, you know what I'm talking about. You buy a house. It looks so nice. They make it look nice. Put all the aesthetic things in your face. Make the aesthetics look great. Even furnish it, up to make it look so nice. And this is what the women see. Oh, the faucets. Oh, this is a cute faucet. This is a cute sink. Oh, the light fixtures. Oh my God, look at this tub. Look at the light fixtures. Look at this. And they make all the things that are easy to replace. They put that in that house. So that we as the biggest consumers look at all of that, because they know we look at the superficial stuff and we want that. We're not looking at the things that really would matter, because light fixtures, faucets, and all these little, like things like that, flooring, you could change that. That's the cheaper things to do. You could change a door. You could change light fixtures. You could change the flooring. You could change all of that stuff. But they have you focused on that and not the real things that will be super costly for you to have to change if you buy that house, like the plumbing, the electrical, the foundation, those things that you buy a house with those problems. I don't care how cute it is. You just wasted a whole bunch of money. Right? So that's how they get us, because we look at what's cute. You make it cute for the woman, keep her focused on the cute, superficial stuff. And she jump in and then realize all the problems later. And then you're standing there looking stupid, because now you realize, and see, this is where the man comes in, the husband, like, no, we don't want that house, because this house, look at the crack in the ceiling, look at this, look at that. Nah, we'll pass on this one. And then now she gonna cause an argument with him, because he's looking at the real issues. He's not blinded by the BS that they put on top. He's looking at the real issues, and he's like, nah, it's cute, but nah, that house will cost us too. That ain't gonna be a good fit. So now she mad and looking dumb, and now every other house that they look at, she got a problem, because she really liked that one. She can't see past the superficial and, to see what he's seeing, because that looks cute. Now you move on to another house, and the house don't look as cutesy as that one. He's saying, oh, this one is nice. Oh, he looking at the foundation looks good. The roof look good. This look good. All the things that matter. We got the space. It's cheaper. And it doesn't have all the bells and whistles that women are used to seeing, but she can't see past that. So she don't want that one. So now you're going to be pissed, and now you don't want to do it, and you're going to fight him on it because he sees something you don't, and you don't want to do it. Now, and those types of things are what happens in relationships, and why people end up breaking up, because the women feel like she don't have a say, but he actually he's doing the right thing, but you don't see it because you want to get your way. You think you know what's best. Leave that man, go on by yourself, make your own money. Now you go back and buy that house with all the superficial shit in it that you think is so good, not paying attention to what he was talking about. Let them people get a shady person to come in and do a what is it? What they do in the beginning of the house? I can't think of the word, child. The person that comes in, an inspector. So they get their shady inspector come in there, inspect the house, and pull the wool over your eyes. You go and pay more for a house that is horrible, wasting money, and then you do it by yourself. Now you get it. Oh, I'm a homeowner. I'm so proud. I did it all by myself because my ex was a narcissist and he was controlling, and he didn't want to do what I wanted him to do. So you get in that house. And then when all the shit start hitting the fan, child, because it will, now you're crying and depressed and mad, and realize the same stuff that your ex told you was the issue is the issue. And now you left all by your lonesome trying to pick up the pieces and figure it out. Lost money, losing money, looking stupid, don't know what to do, frazzled, depressed, because you didn't want to listen, because you know it all, right? Because you got a degree. You make your own money, and then now you're sitting there depressed and mad and don't know what to do with yourself. That's just kind of an example of how it goes. It's not that the man is perfect, but he has more insight. He's focused on the things that matter, not the bullshit that a lot of these women fall for. So that's just how it is. And so you because you want to be, independent, miss, and think you know it and do what you want to do without having all the information, then that's usually the outcome. Right. Inspect, home inspect, all of those things. So this, and women talk about men not leading. He's trying to tell you, but see, a lot of men aren't going to push the issue like women. Men are going to kind of step back because that's just how they do. Sometimes I wish men were a little bit more forceful, but they don't want to. That's just not who a lot of them are. They don't want to be controlling or any of that. So they'll just step back and let you make these messed up decisions, and then let you see. And that's what end up happening. But when it comes to something like this, he's not going to put his money on the line and waste money knowing what he's doing. And so that's going to be an issue for her. That's how women think. KJL podcast channel says women. Let me see, because I can't. Oh my God. Women want their preferences respected, yet criticize a man's. I blame feminism and boss chick mentality. It is up to women to correct this. Exactly. Many will find out too late. Then poison the next generation. Baby, yes, exactly. Thank you so much for the super chat. That's what they're doing. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. That's exactly what they're doing now. That's exactly what they're doing. Spot on. That's exactly what they're doing. Successful MD says cars look good, then you realize they lack engines. Baby, thank you for the super chat. Exactly, Successful MD. You want to feel like you're in control of something, and it gives them this rush of, oh, I'm a grown woman, I can do it. I want to understand. You want to feel like you're leading and you controlling, and that you're calling the shots. But a lot of times you just be honest about the fact that you don't know what you're getting yourself into. You don't know everything. That degree doesn't make you smart at everything. And you don't give the man that you do have, or the potential man that you want, any credit. It's like women are so stuck on being so great and we know it all and we don't need no man. And then you find yourself in these horrible situations. And it's just a hot mess. It really is. It's like these women out here talking about a man, they buying these houses, and I'm gonna show y'all that video in a second. They buying these houses and now mad that they can't maintain them, and they don't know what to do. And they talk about women are buying more houses than men, because they think it's cute and they want to say that I'm a homeowner on top of all those degrees and all that debt that you have. But then when you have to maintain it, now you're struggling. Now you're crying, talking about you don't want to do it. It's just what it is. Successful MD says exactly why I would not handle an educated hyena. Yeah, because that ain't something y'all should be doing. Thank you once again, Successful MD, for this. Yeah, you shouldn't have to handle anybody. These are grown people. But let's continue this video, y'all.
Well, you say you're not flying Frontier.
I haven't seen a economy seat in 10 years.
And girl, what the what that mean? That make you special? You're just spending more money. And the way these flights be kicking people off left and right, girl, who gives a damn? Who gives a damn? Who cares that you fly first class all the time? You're just spending more money. And then when you get a man who makes more money, more than you, that's the reason why he make more than you and he has more than you, because he don't care about going first class everywhere he go. I don't understand this. Y'all think that's a flex? I would want to be with a woman who says that. If I was a man, I'd be like, oh Lord, okay, hell to the no. First off, yeah, you're overweight. You may not be the man's type, and you're spending too much. People who have money, they keep it because they have a budget and they're not overspending. Like, come on, that would be a red flag to me, girl. That ain't a flex. And a lot of these women are just dumb. I hate to say it, but it's the truth. You're focused on the wrong things. Class's perspective says she too big for economy. She has to. Ah! Oh Lord, stop! I ain't saying that. Thank you for the super chat. No, Classy. That Lord forgive me, because I ain't trying to be mean. That lady from the other day was, you know, that lady with the stomach down to the floor was that was too. Lord, let me stop, because I'm not trying to be mean. I'm really not, because I don't want no. I don't want no bad karma, child. I'm trying to be nice. I'm a nice person. I am. I really am. I didn't say that though. Y'all saying that. I did not. I'm just saying. For the record. Oh Lord, let's continue.
Not to don't play with it. Only thing, this is what I say to that. And I think just as absolute you are with certain things, I think men are absolute with certain things too.
Yes.
But we don't ever accept it, right?
Right.
So I hear you and I'm gonna honor you. You, like you said, you first class only. Your requirements are your requirements. I don't think there's an overall rule. There's plenty of men who make a certain amount of money who date women who are not thin, right? So we know that to be true. But there are guys who, see, the thing is, all men like to show off stuff, So what I come to learn from hosting this show, rather, weight is a big thing. Like, I know we push back on this and we try not to honor it, but it is one of the things for men. Like, hygiene is the biggest thing for all, but then weight is also a big factor for men. I don't make the rules. I'm just sharing the data, right? So we could push back all day on it, or we could decide, okay, that's what it is for that. But do I think every man who fits that category is gonna base it off of that? I can't say that to be true.
Successful MD says she has to pay for double economy. Y'all wrong for that. Y'all wrong for that. Oh my Lord. Thank you for the super chat. T Sweets. She says, I'm happy I'm petite. I can fit in the last seat of the plane. I know that's right. Child, and tell it, baby. Why not? Because as Queen of Vibes said, Big Berthas be out here flaunting it, child. They ain't afraid to wear their tube tops and show, their big belly fat and stuff. They ain't afraid. Big Berthas be at all at Walmart, out there with them big old stomachs hanging out and stuff. They don't be afraid to show it. So hell, if you petite, honey, flaunt that. You could fit in the last. She said, I could fit in the last seat of the plane. I know that's right. And sure. And the funny thing about it, a lot of the petite women don't even be out here trying to flaunt it. They don't even be trying to show all the skin and show it all. But while you see Big Berthas out here like with it all out, they ain't modest at all. You gonna let the world see all of your fat. You gonna, no matter if it's hanging down to the floor, they be proud and loud and proud and happy and thinking that somebody else is supposed to look at that as an attraction. So if they can flaunt what they got and be proud about it, yeah. If you on petite and you got your stuff together physically, why not show it? But usually, it is what it is. So let's continue.
No, I'm not saying that. I just see one comment and I'm like, it's the discussion. Again, I can't see them all. So don't absolutely want to judge everything that's been said, but that's been my experiences is gaining weight. Weight does seem to be a factor in the type of man that the public thinks you deserve. And they do think the thinner women deserve the handsome man, the man that makes a lot of money. And I'm just like, I don't agree with that. That's not something that I subscribe to as a way of thinking. And again, it's just me, my preference.
I got you. All right, well, the time has come. Are you on?
Well, I don't know who are these people that's saying what they think you deserve. They're repeating what the men are saying. The men are saying they would prefer fit women. They'll look past you because you don't fit their requirements. Just like you would look past a man who don't fit your requirements. If a man doesn't make a certain amount of money, which I think is superficial, then you keep it moving. The weight thing is really a preference because you got to deal with this person. See, if a man made less money, but he's fit and he looks good, that shouldn't disqualify him, in my opinion. Because he's productive, he's taking care of himself, he's got his life together. He doesn't have to make what you make to have that. Because the thing about it, once again, men don't move like women. Men are more frugal with their money. They're better at investing their money, in my opinion. Not saying that women don't invest. I'm saying men just don't spend as much as we do. And so they may not make as much as you do, but they may have more than what you have. Let's take that into consideration. A lot of men, you might be looking at him, he on paper, he don't make more than I make, but he might have more than you have. Because see, a lot of women are in debt. All these degrees, you ain't paid for that. If you ain't paid all that debt off, consumer debt, you spend more on credit cards and all this stuff, and probably the average woman probably have way more credit cards than the average man. Most men probably don't, most women have multiple credit cards. Most men probably don't have as many. He probably have one or two or whatever, and he's managing that and managing his money a lot better because he's not spending as much as women are. So he may make less, but he probably have more than you do because he manages it better. So, but on the other hand, if he's looking at you and he looking at you overweight, he's not attracted to that. He at least want a woman who's fit. He don't care about how much money you make. He's looking at, I'm going to have to interact with this woman. Like T Sweet said, he want to be able to pick you up, right? Yeah, most men want to be able to pick that woman up, or whatever. He can't pick you up. He might hurt himself, break his, they want a fit woman. That's just that. That's that. Successful MD says, I don't advise anyone to take the seats by the toilet. Also, I don't want to show off anything, especially my woman not looking for attention. I hear you, Successful MD. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. It's just, it's just what it is. Y'all hit the like button. Hit the like button, y'all. Go ahead, hit the like button. Take a second and hit the like button. Let's continue.
The Kendra G Singles dating app.
Yes.
Okay, what's your name on the app?
My name, Marley.
Spell it for me.
Marli.
What is it?
Marli.
Marli. Okay,
Yes.
let's see if you're the only Marley child. We have usernames now too. So when you put in your username, well, how old are you? Oh, that's not you. You can put in your user Marli.
Marli. I think it's Marley.
Marley.
I think.
Okay, this is you, Miss Marley. This is you right here.
Yes.
Okay, you did your username. It's Miss Marley 17. So you can find her, fellas. You can search her by name, Miss Marley 17. Let's get into these photos, child.
Oh.
Okay, Miss Marley. Ooh. Okay. Let me read some things. Human resource. Oh, wait. I just saw a picture. Oh, don't give him the sexy look. All right, this is how you find her, fellas. Type in her username, Miss Marley Miss Marley 17, and this is how you spell it. You can see it right there. She's in Arizona. Does the guy got to be in Arizona?
Not if he's open to a long distance relationship and has the time to know about it. No.
Okay. She's single. She's outgoing HR professional with passion for football and exploring life adventures. Interest, football, exploring new experiences. What I'm looking for a genuine connection built on mutual respect. Deal breaker, someone with young children, no men that has not moved past the point of potential in his life. You better come correct for Marley. She ain't playing no games with you. Okay.
All right, girl. Marley, I'm done. Thank you. I appreciate it. Super Successful MD, thank you so much for the super chat. It says sometimes Kendra G talks super crazy. She does. But yeah, I think a lot of women. What's going on, G Honda? Thank you so much for being here. I just think women in general are going about this dating thing the wrong way. And listen, you don't have to listen to me. Just keep on doing what you're doing. And if you're not getting getting the outcomes that you're looking for, try something else. That's it. You don't have to take my word for it. You know, a lot of people think that, oh, just because you're not out here that you don't know what's going on. Oh, yes, the hell I do. I see it too. I have eyes. I have relatives. I have, you know, I have people who are going by this stuff too, like living this out for real, for real. And so I, you know, I ain't gotta be out there I ain't gotta be doing it to see it happening. So yeah, I mean, I see it happening and then nothing's really changed. Just women have become more superficial and they become more delusional. And then your expectations for men is through the roof. So if your expectations for a man is through the roof, but you don't want to change anything about yourself, come on, that's common goddamn sense. That's not rocket science. The foundation or the basics for what a relationship is built upon, it has not changed. It has not changed. And really, what men are looking for hasn't really changed. Men still want more traditional women. They still want you to be a lady. They still want you to be respectable. That ain't new. They still want a woman who respects herself and who's looking to be in a relationship with the man and work with the man, not just all about her and selfish. They want you to be fit. They want you to look good. What's different? None of that's always been a thing. Nothing's that different. It's just that society has made women feel like they can be empowered by being promiscuous, and going out sexually is not going to bother their chances of getting a good man when they're ready for one. Like, come on, all this, men never, I mean, being a 304 has always been a problem. It's just they're telling women it's okay to be promiscuous. Most men never took a 304 seriously. Oh, come on, you always knew if this woman over here is giving it out and you want some, you might get a chance. This is not new. Men have been approaching women who've been known to be promiscuous for years. That ain't nothing new. None of this is really new. It's just the times that we in, and the idea that you have feminists and other women who trying to tell these women that they're special and, oh, they got a job now and they can make a little money, that they're special and their expectations should be higher. And the older you get, the more your worth goes up. No matter how many baby daddies you got, no matter how many children you have, your worth is exponentially more the older you get. That's the lies and the BS they're telling them. So all this other stuff ain't nothing new. Now you're just adding on top of it to make these women feel more empowered and make them think that they're even more special than average men when they're average women. So that's really the difference. Ain't nothing else changed. All this other stuff is been this way. So, I mean, come on. It don't take a rocket scientist to show you that this is a bunch of BS that's happening. So, I mean, come on. Let me play this. I have another clip for you guys, but before we play that clip, I want to make sure, come on now, somebody ain't hitting the like button. Hit the like button. Darn it. Go ahead and hit the like button. If you forgot to hit the like button, go ahead and hit the like button, y'all. But I want to play this little clip real quick, and I want to get y'all thoughts on it. Here we go.
Became a manager at a lot of these establishments. One thing that I came to learn, and it broke my heart, I'm not gonna lie, it really has affected the way my judgment towards certain people. But 8 out of 10 times you see a sister come in there, a black woman come in there with a white guy, she's footing the bill. That blew, like, they had me convinced with all the videos on social media that, yo, these white men are out here killing us. They're taking our best women, blah, blah, blah. Till I got into this industry, started working, and my dude, a lot of times, 8 out of 10 times, you see a sister at an upscale restaurant with a white guy. She's footing the bill. It blew my mind when I started learning this, when I started seeing it.
What do y'all think of that? Now, see, I've heard this before. We recently saw that video of that lady.
Stop playing.
The what's her name? I forget her name, but she's married to that big white man. And you know, the divestor, she's married to that big white dude. She's petite, and that big white dude she married to. she recently came out and did the video where she exposed him, and she was saying that she's paid for everything. She paid for the car, she paid for all kinds of stuff, she said. But before that, she was like, promoting the idea of getting, get you a white man, because he spoils her and he does all of these things, great things for her. And you got to go ahead and divest to get you a white man, because he's going to be the best thing since sliced bread for you. So that all her problems went away when she got with him. But then she came out afterward and exposed how she was paying for everything, and how, saying basically he ain't doing shit, and so it's the, so we know that a lot of these women are fronting. Just put it right there. They're fronting. They want it to seem like it's good, because they've made it seem like, oh, I had the babies with the black dude and they weren't ish. And then you get with this man and now he's the best thing since sliced bread, only to find out that he's probably not the best thing since sliced bread. He's not financially doing all of this for you when you're doing it yourself. So this is why I say it's a lie, a joke, and a game. It's a lie, a joke, and a game that they're playing. And they want you to fall for the okie doke. They want to portray all black men like these dusties, and they don't provide for their families, and they don't do all these things, which is a bunch of BS. And, and you have women thinking that, oh, this is what divest, honey. You're going to, it's a different world. And it's like, y'all dumb or what? I don't understand it. I really don't. And I try to understand, and I just can't wrap my brain around it. How are these educated women so dumb, in a sense, to where you don't have the logical sense enough to know that it doesn't matter what color you are, it doesn't matter how tall you are, how short you are, you're none of that. It doesn't matter if you're non-black. How does that make you the best thing since, like, I don't understand it for the life of me. And it's a simple. It doesn't take, some type of special learning to know these things. It doesn't matter what's the skin color. It's the character of the person. There are good and bad people all over the world. Everybody is not good, and it's not based on your skin color. I think, how dumb is that to think that? And then when you go over and do it, and then when you realize, oh, he treats me like shit, and he treats me like this, he talks to me crazy, and he does this and he does that, you realize there's no real, it's not about the color of the skin. You act clueless, and then you don't want to be honest that you went over there thinking that you had the best thing ever, and just to find out you were sadly mistaken. It's dumb. Classy Perspective, thank you once again for the super chat. Says Brett is actually doing something, but by him being white is the reason she's getting money from YouTube. Okay. I see where you coming from with that. But when she got mad at him, she started, because see, the thing is, she is doing YouTube and he's right there with her. So yes, the demographics of him being on there is a real thing. Oh, 100%. So he's bringing in his, demographics to the show, making it more, making it better, making it more monetizable. So making it more, what's the word I'm looking for, child? I can't think. Profitable. Yeah, good point there. Making it more profitable because of his demographics. That is really a thing. So they're making more, and she's collecting the checks though, and she think it's just her. So that's another thing that women tend to do. So, I'm paying for this. Yeah, but he is a part of it. So yeah, that's definitely the truth. But but she's talking about the financial side of it. But people were on her back because she first made it seem like, oh, just, get with him, just go with a white man and all your problems are solved. And that's just ridiculous. But you got a point there, Classy. Thank you so much for the super chat. Definitely a point for sure. Successful MD says they should divest from stupidity, educated fools. Child, they sure should. surely should, because I don't see it. I don't see how that all that money spent on all these degrees, how it's paying off. I don't see it. I really don't. I really don't. It just shows you're not educated in everything. Louis B, thank you so much for the super chat. Says it's biology. Men parts require blood flow to get up, so a woman must be of a size and shape to trigger that, or there will be no action. Protection, provision, romance excite women. Sexy bodies and decent demeanor excite men. Thank you so much, Louis B. You could not have explained it any better. That's just what it is. That's what it is. But I don't know why women out here thinking that, oh, you could be 300 pounds, fat everywhere, stuff hanging everywhere, and a man just supposed to be like, I'll take you because you're a 10. Society and feminists said we're all 10, so the size shouldn't matter because men will just screw anything. Well, yeah, Louis B. Yeah, the blood flow is required. You got to see something that you like for that to happen, right? So he has that. I mean, that's biology. That's just, you can't change that. So thank you so much, Louis B, for the super chat. Thank you. I appreciate you. I mean, he ain't lying. Come on now. So there's no attraction level to the man, it's not gonna get him excited, in any way. So they say you gotta and for the men who do fool with those kind of women, what do y'all do? So for the men who out here who will, like I asked about that lady whose stomach was to the floor, what does he do? Does he cover her head? What you do? Like, how do you do that? That's why I asked that question before. How do you do? What do y'all do? Because not y'all, but whoever decides to go. So maybe it's the men who are attracted to the BBWs. Maybe they're just attracted to that because and they talk about the men fetishizing them. So maybe that man had a fetish and he was fetishizing her, and that's attractive to him. So that's how he could go and do it. It had to be somebody who had that fetish to go and sleep with a woman whose stomach is down to the floor. There must be a fetish that allows you to go over and get that blood flow. You know what I'm saying? To go over and do that. Because a man who's not attracted to that is not going to happen. So it must be somebody with a fetish. Just saying. He used his magic. Maybe he is Zick. He's using his imagination probably, child. He probably is. So he's visualizing Halle Berry or somebody else. Got to be doing something. Just saying. Because by Louis B. logic, which is logical and it makes sense, it's a part of biology. It's not just, he's right. That man had to imagine something else. He had to, pretend it was something else or something. Or he has a fetish. I'm just saying. Child. I got another clip for y'all. Check this out. Because this here, hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. This, I was just stunned, but not really surprised. But listen to this.
The summer of 2001, I counted and I did suck 67. By 67, I was probably at the height of my skill point.
Okay, wait, hold on a damn minute. Hold on. Now, for bitches like me, I gotta suck 67 before.
You gotta get your variation in size, and sometimes that's if you can find 10 in various size and have multiple practice points. But I literally had that goal. I wanted to be good at it. I was young. It was the summertime.
I don't know if I played this before. I don't know. Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? Did you hear that? That I'm not gonna play it again. But what okay, so girl, you couldn't find one to practice that with? It had to be 67? You couldn't find one that you was in a relationship with to practice that on? Why it had to be? So what are you practicing for? Are you practicing for a marathon or something? Are you practicing? What do you need different variations of sizes and all this for? For what? What are you practicing for? Like you got something major that you about to do that requires you to have all of that practice? I don't understand. Why do you need different? Why? I don't understand. Couldn't you have found one that you was in a relationship with and you practice with him? Why do you need so many? See, this is the kind of stuff that they put out there, and it's supposed to be intriguing to young women. That's just nasty as hell and reckless. And it always be somebody, either a big girl or somebody that, just seem like something wrong, who's out here talking and laughing, and they laugh at this and they think, I couldn't be an interviewer, because if I was an interviewer and she said that, I'll be like, girl, she'd have been mad at me. She'd have been mad at me because I'd be like, girl, you don't feel, you proud of that? See, they wouldn't want me to interview because, see, I'm not going to be, the go along. How, what's his name? Oh my God. Shout out to, what is his name? The Get Along Gang. I love watching his videos. I forgot, what is the basketball player, former, who got the Get Along Gang? What is his name? Kwame Brown. Child, I'm like Kwame Brown. I'm like, is it Kwame Brown? Yeah. I'm like, look, I'm not going along with the Get Along Gang. I can't just sit here and be like, pretend, I'm not going to try to judge you, but I really am going to judge you because I just don't think that that's necessary. And you proudly and everything is a kiki, ha 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 ha. Everything is so funny. All these women talking about stuff you shouldn't be doing, and they just make it seem like it's a great thing and this is acceptable or whatever. You can do what you want, but I'm gonna be more of the sister who will be trying to tell you, girl, can't you just find one man that like you really want to be with and y'all be together and you practice with him? Because that would be a lot better than you just out here going 67, and it's probably more than that. Because you're practicing for a marathon. So that was just practice. So now you got to find more to actually execute the way you think you should on more. So your mouth ain't tired. You don't feel nasty. You don't feel like this is disgusting. You don't feel like you're just out here just doing what you don't feel no shame at all. None whatsoever. But this is cute. This is cute, and this is what's acceptable, and this is what women are doing, and this is part of the empowerment. You know what I'm saying? This is empowering women and making them feel liberated and to go out and put their mouth on 67 to 100 dudes, and God knows what else, because it's probably not just that. The empowerment is to be promiscuous and go out and just do anything you feel necessary because it's acceptable. And the feminists told us we could. So we doing it, and we proud, and we loud, and we all on social media acting as this is some type of prize, and you supposed to be, it's encouraging other people to do it too. Like it's good. This is nasty, and it's not something that I would recommend anybody go out here and do. It's not where it's at. I'm just saying. It's really not. Successful MD says, I suppose nasty no longer exists. Probably don't. Successful MD, thank you for the super chat. Probably doesn't, And Solid Snake says, this is how major STDs are spreading. Exactly. And they talk about all these people in Houston. Houston must be the nasty spot, because they're saying the STD rates are rising, and then the HIV rates are rising as well. Did y'all hear that? That there's so many people coming in with HIV. I'm just like, what y'all? Why are y'all surprised? Everybody's promoting this sexual promiscuous lifestyle, and you don't think that this wouldn't happen? It's so it's just a horrible hot mess, and I just don't, I don't condone it. I don't think that's what you should be doing, and people want to fight against having getting a man and marrying, or getting that one relationship and building with that person. People are against that and making it so superficial, but y'all promote this promiscuous lifestyle as if it's not an issue. And it's unfortunate that our people are the ones who are almost, the most damaged by this. Everything that comes up, everything that is pushed, it hurts our communities the worst. And they know it, and this is why it's pushed. Single motherhood, obesity. You don't need a man. All this stuff is an agenda to affect our communities in such a way because they know that these women are lost and they just jump on any bandwagon that sounds good. But the things that really matter and the things that you should really be doing that will benefit you and your community, you don't want to do. Oh, that's boring. Oh, that's not. We shouldn't be doing that. Eddie says too much promoting the eating like groceries. Yeah, I mean, that's, yeah, y'all, yeah, that too. Opening up booty holes and just going to town like that. Where did that start becoming a trend and something healthy and good to do? But there are a lot of dudes out here who talk about they doing it. So if you gonna do it, then women gonna accept it gladly. If you doing it, they gonna accept it. And then these women out here talking about, you know, the pH balance and it's always off. Well, I mean, if you're out here putting your mouth on anything and you're letting men eat the groceries and then, you know, eat the other side, you're mixing and mingling all of that, what you think is gonna happen? Your pH gonna always be thrown off. So you're gonna always walk around smelling like fish because you're allowing anything to happen to your body. They ain't ready for that. You don't want to hear that. You don't want to take accountability. You talk about these women, these modern young women, and it's unfortunate, but they have more issues down there than what I remember growing up. I don't remember all of these issues when I was growing up. I didn't hear women talk about all these issues back then. They you know, they talk like what these women are doing now. I mean, every time you look, there's something going on because this promiscuous lifestyle is contributing to it, and then they want to put it all on the men. Well, I mean, all y'all gonna be walking around with issues because you're doing too much, and it's acceptable. You know, so it is what it is. This is the world that we live in now. This is 2024 and beyond. I mean, nobody wants to hear anything that makes sense because what makes sense now is boring. And you don't want to hear that. Oh, you're just boring. Oh my God. We're trying to be outside. There are too many people outside. Goddamn. Too many people outside. Too many people trying to think that being promiscuous and just sleeping with random people is fun. That's the only fun. I said it's all the time. Is that the only fun y'all could come up with? You can't find any other fun things to do but go out and let somebody said, go to Pound Town on you. That's it. And you putting your mouth on them and then you're doing this with several dudes and wondering why something is hurting and you got to go to the doctor constantly. Y'all don't have no other type of fun that you can't be creative no other way. I swear for, you know, it just doesn't seem appealing anymore. That's all people care about. Nothing wrong with, you know, being intimate with the person, your husband or your man. Nothing wrong with that. It's a great thing. But when you're talking about, that's all you talking about. Like that's the only thing that exists. That's all you care about to the point, like I said in the last one of the previous lives, these women going to the prisons to get pounded down. That's all y'all care about. You go to the prison. You don't care who see, you talk about men cheating and men doing this, men that, but you go to a prison. You don't know if he was a prison 304 or what. You don't know if he was getting pounded by other dudes in there. You don't care. So other dudes could be ramming through him. He could be, you know, a twirler in there. You don't care. You don't care. I always want to call men gay, but then you go to the prisons, child. But that behavior is probably happening more than likely. I'm just saying. But you don't care when you go there and you go in there getting rammed up by a man who probably was getting rammed up and you don't care then? Successful MD says, this is the result of liberation signed by Palmer. Right. Liberated women, the land of the liberated women. This is it. Thank you once again for the super chat, Successful MD. Child, it's just crazy. Boring equals stable. T-Sweets, right. Boring equals stable. Right. Everything is boring that would benefit you and be good for you. But the stuff that's supposed to be fun, all it equates to is you getting pounded, rammed, or whatever y'all want to call it. That's all the fun you get, which will leave you distraught and broken down and bitter and angry and depressed as you get older. Because once the pound sound season is over and you're left with the outcome of that, now you're depressed, you need therapy, you're lonely, you're bitter, because now you're old, nobody care to pound town you. They're gonna go to the younger women. Now it's about the younger women, and now you're old news now. You're old, washed up, ran through, and nobody wants you. And now you're depressed. You're left with these are the consequences of allowing yourself to be in that position, because there are consequences. So when you're no longer the hot piece that's around town, everybody want to run through, now nobody wants you. Now you feel lost and overlooked and invisible, as women would say. I'm invisible. Yeah, because nobody is looking for you. So if you didn't get a man and do the things, the boring things that you should have been doing to prioritize you, that you have a successful, not only successful financially, if that's your route, but you also have a successful family and something to fall back on too. You have family, you have more than just getting ran through and then left with, being old and bitter by yourself. There's more to life than just that. But that's the boring route. That's the boring route. Check out this next clip, you guys, and let me know what you think. Make sure y'all are hitting the like button. Here we go.
There's no way that I just got off work. All I did was ask you to clean up, and this how the house looks. Like, are you serious? Why do you got shoes all over the floor, chips and woods on the couch, grits on the couch?
I can't get a break. Can you go on?
All you get is a break. All you get is a break. All you get is a break. You ain't go to no job interviews. I done filled out your resume, switched your resume for you.
I'm not.
So what did you have me sit there wasting my time for, filling out a resume, if you wasn't going to
go?
go?
You wanted to do that.
But you said that you was going to go. That's beside the point right now. Why is it chips on the floor and food on the couch and stuff? You on roaches? And you just sitting here with your feet kicked up like you done just been talking about you can't get a break. Ain't that all you get?
You clean up. You so mad.
I was just at work all day. What am I coming home cleaning up for? You need to clean up. What you been doing all day? Besides eating chips and grits and leaving them right here. You can't even get up and throw your stuff away. The trash still over here. Trash not taken out.
Okay. Wow.
Napkins on the couch. Like, are you for real?
Wow.
All right. So what do you guys think of this? So I thought this was interesting to share. Successful MD says she is stupid for posting to go viral. Seek help. Thank you for the super chat, Successful MD, once more. I saw a couple of their videos. I don't know if this is a skit or what, but I don't know, because they had several videos where they allegedly, I think, broke up, and he was trying to get his stuff from her house or whatever. So I don't know if this is real or not, because, these young people, just people in general, they record everything. But once again, this is the type of guy, and they're young, that a lot of these women go after. Now you're going to work. He obviously, from what she's saying, if this is truthful, doesn't have a job, and he's just sitting out eating chips, chilling, whatever, probably playing a game or whatever. She's been working all day, is what she's saying. And she comes home, and here he is just sitting there. He didn't even, he's just sitting there. But you got to think about, okay, so if that's, you knew he didn't have a job, and you decided to be with him anyway, and you chose to be with him. And so why are you complaining? Why are you complaining? Because to me, in my mind, and I see that they're young, any person, whether it's a man, especially if it's a man, if he's driven and he has a purpose and he knows, he got to get up and take care of himself, he's not going to feel comfortable just sitting there chilling while she's going to work and he's not working. At least he would make sure that things are good and get up and go about himself. But he's just sitting there. And some would say that's what a pookie looks like. This is the typical type of pookie nature. Somebody just sitting, chilling while the woman is going to work, probably driving her car and all that. She's basically taking care of him and trying to mother him and push him to being, doing what he needs to do as an adult so that he can help out in the household. But, the thing about it is you can't push somebody to want to do that. That's something that they already have to want to do. And far too often we see women doing this and taking care of these men because they actually want to feel like they have the upper hand on him. A lot of these women want to feel superior to men. They really do. They want to feel like they have the upper hand. They can put him out and, call the shots. But you really, when it boils down to it, when you're the one paying all the bills and then you get the struggling, then you look over and now you want him to be responsible, but you took him in as an irresponsible person. You didn't take him in as a responsible man because any responsible man wouldn't just sit there. He would get up and go to work at least. But a lot of these women choose these guys because either, like I said, the loving was good. They put it on you, hit the right spots for you in that area, and that was enough, and you felt great about it, and everything else didn't matter until it did. Until you got tired of his stuff. Now you want to complain, but you know who you was dealing with when you got with him. And whether this is a skit or not, there are real situations like this. You have women breaking down, crying on social media every day, talking about he just won't do anything. He won't contribute, but you let him sit there and not contribute for years. And he gave you babies. You gave him babies thinking that was going to make him man up, and it didn't because he don't want to. You accepted him the way he was. And now you're complaining that he's not something you need him to be. That's on you. Elim, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, I'm concerned and guiding my sons on how to find a wife. I say it's 8% that are marriage ready women. Only 8%? Some would say, dang, is it even that much? Some would say it's less than that. Thank you so much for the super chat, Elam. Successful MD says, DeeDee, I have to refute the common saying of you attract who or what you are. If we look at reality, it's the total opposite. Look at divorces, etc. I think two things can be true at the same time. I think because thank you so much for the super chat, Successful MD. I think it all could be relevant depending on what the situation is. There are a lot of women who don't really have much going for themselves, but they say that they do, and they're dealing with men who don't have anything going for themselves, but they're lying too. That's the thing. They're lying, saying, make it seem like they're doing so much and he's barely doing anything, but a lot of them don't barely be doing anything either. And then they with a guy who ain't doing nothing, but you complain about him when both of y'all ain't really doing much. So I think two things could be true at the same time. I think it's a bit of all of it. I think there are people who attract the type of person that they are and don't realize it, and it could be true on the other spectrum as well. I think it's all relevant, honestly. Thank you once again for the super chat, Successful MD. So, I mean, I think just when we talk about the nature of women, I think women just complain. Successful MD says, bums don't choose other bums. Women go opposite. Well, I mean, when you think about it, what is considered a bum? So a bum is usually what? A person who don't have a job, don't work, don't make any money, mooching off the next person, right? Would y'all say that's what a bum is? Somebody who is not trying to do anything with their lives, just working, not working, not being responsible, not doing anything. So that would be considered a bum for the most part. Somebody who's just looking for somebody else to live off of and, not do anything. So in that case, a bum is just looking for somebody to just live off of. You don't really, really want to be in a relationship with him. You're not with the person, with the woman or whatever. You're just looking at her as an opportunity to get something from, you don't really like her. You're not really trying to be in a relationship. You just pretend to be so that you can get a place to stay, right? Or some food to eat and a warm bed to lay in and get some, loving out of it too without having to put up anything. When women are looking at a person that will be considered a bum as a potential relationship, as somebody that you could potentially build with or be with. As much as women say they don't want to build, a lot of the women who go after these bum like guys, they see him as somebody that they are attracted to, that they want to be in a relationship with. That you're attracted to him. You could see a life with him. So you go after him thinking that you can change him. That's how women think. That I'm gonna go after him because yeah, he might not have a job now. She don't particularly look at him as a bum, even though she know he ain't gotten a pot to piss in and a window to throw it out. But she sees potential in him. She sees that she may be able to change his life and build him up and make him do something. This is why they go and they sleep with these guys, get babies with them, because she's not really seeing him as a bum in the beginning. She sees him as, oh, because she's physically attracted to him. She's sexually attracted to him. She wants to be in a relationship with him. So she thinks by giving him a baby, helping him out, giving a place to stay, giving him food to eat, giving him, helping him out, giving him a boost is going to change him into relationship material. So I think men who are bums, right, they're not going to go after another bum because that does nothing for them. So they're going to go after somebody who has the things that they need at the moment. And it's a woman who at least got a job. She may not have the best job. She probably not making that much money, but she got a place to stay. She got a car to drive. She got food to eat, and she's willing to give it to him. But the woman who does that, she's looking at his potential. This is why a lot of these women say, oh, I'm not going after potential, because they've done something like this. They've taken in a man who didn't have anything, thinking that they could change him into a productive man, and they can build together. I think that's the slight difference. The women who've done that, they don't see him, they see him as potential. He can, they can boost him up and they can actually she actually likes him. She actually finds him attractive. She actually wants the relationship. The bum looking for her, he ain't really into her. He don't really want her. He gonna play and pretend and do what he need to do to get that warm bed and get the coochie and get whatever else he can get until he done. And then that's why he end up leaving. Give her a baby, give her all of this stuff. She's built up in her head that, when he see this baby and when he see I'm good to him, he's going to change. And he never changes because he never intended to, because he really didn't want her. He wanted her place to stay. I think that's the real difference. Hope that makes sense. I think that's the difference. And so when she finally does better and levels up, get a better job, go to school, get her education, she has this chip on her shoulder because the man that she really liked, he never grew up. He never became what she thought he was going to become. And she done gave him babies. She really loved him. She poured her all into him. And he walked away and went somewhere else. So this is why they become, because they're bitter now. Now you're bitter. And you're not going to take no shit off of anybody. So now you raise your expectations because now you feel like you've done the potential. You ever hear women say that? I've been there. I've done potential. I've paid for his places. I let him live with me. I did this. I did so much for him because you did everything for the wrong guy. You've given him everything that you could give him, but he was not the guy you should have been giving it to. Now you want a good man. And you want him just to take you as you are, because now you feel like you're not settling and you have leveled up and you need a man who's leveled up too. But, you become delusional and you become unrealistic in that way because you've given your all to the Pookie and not realizing you shouldn't have done that for Pookie in the first place. Now a man who actually has potential, who actually has a job, productive work, he makes 60, 70,000, but you make 100. So he's not good enough. Now you've changed. It's like they've been scorned. They've been scorned by the Pookie, and now the good men who actually would be potential, and you can actually really do what you thought you could do with that Pookie. Now you don't want him because he doesn't meet your standards. Now, see, I think the Pookie, they put themselves in that Pookie potential position, and now they become, I guess, I don't know, scorned, and now it's like you don't see the good guys that are different from the Pookie. You treat them as if they were Pookies almost. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, but that's where they are. So, child, thank you once again, Successful MD, for the super chat, you guys. So it's just crazy. How a lot of women think
It's no.
It's just crazy, you know, how they see things. But I actually get it. I get where they're coming from, how they think, but at the same time, it's not the way to go about finding good relationships and good men. It's just not the best way to go about it. You know, you allowing yourself when you were young, they say, oh, I was young and dumb. You allowing yourself to be in that position. Maybe you was young and dumb, but you made those choices and you learn from it. Learning from it doesn't mean that now your expectations from a different type of man has risen so high up that, and also on top of that, you have not gotten any therapy or worked on yourself. You just realize that you got messed over and you don't go get any help and you don't understand or get to the root of why you would allow somebody to take advantage of you, means that you need to work on yourself too. Because what I think women miss is they look at the guy doing this, but they don't look at themselves. So when you don't look at yourself, you bypass what you should be doing to understand why you would allow certain things. So if you would allow a man to come in and take advantage of you and use you, that says a lot about your character and who you are as a person. And if you're talking about your self-worth, then allowing that and then realizing that you allowed it is not enough to go in and start having these super unrealistic expectations for men when you still have not worked on yourself. You just identified the fact that he took advantage of you and you're bitter from it. And so you're reacting toward the bitterness and the hurt that you receive from that person taking advantage of you. But you have not worked on yourself and worked on the hurt and the bitterness that you have. So you take that into the next relationship by expecting more from men without having to, without putting in the work on yourself and getting to the root of why you accepted that in the first place. So you're acting off of your emotions and your bitterness and applying that to men who never did you anything. It's almost like you're blaming the new men or putting that on them because you didn't realize the one who hurt your heart and hurt your feelings. You didn't realize that he would do that to you and you allowed it. So now it's like you're blaming the other men for your experience that you went through with the Pookie. And that's not going to work, because when you're dealing with a different type of man, he has requirements too. He has standards as well. And there's certain things about you that he's not going to accept. So, and that's not his fault that you didn't realize that when you were young and dumb. That's not nobody else's fault. So I think they're trying to punish the men with all these unrealistic expectations because of what Pookie and Ray Ray did to them when they were unsuspected. So that's not a man's fault. You can't punish these men who have worked on themselves and built themselves up and think that, you can just get them and you know what I'm saying? And it doesn't work like that. It really doesn't. So I think that's what a lot of women do. They do. They try to, it's like you want to punish this man or put these expectations on him because you didn't require Pookie to have any of it. You gave him babies, several of them babies. You really gave him your all. And now you want a man who's self-respecting and is not that type of, not a Pookie. Now he got to come in and have all these things because you feel like you need to, get some payback from these men because you feel stupid that Pookie messed over you like that. Nah. So yeah, this is why I say, listen, the women got to do some work. Men aren't perfect, but women aren't either. And women have never been really held accountable, and this is why they hate podcasts, especially the male podcaster. They really want them men to go away. Look how they did Kevin Samuels. So you don't want the men to speak up at all. You just want to be able to say whatever it is you want, say whatever you want about these men, and they're supposed to just fly like that. They can't defend themselves. They can't speak up. They can't say anything. That's what they want, but that's not what they're getting. So now they don't know what to do. And now that men are not pursuing these women in a way that they're used to, they don't know what to do. They're trying to find out if they can shack up with their home girls and the babies and make it work because these bills are getting expensive. So yeah, you're going to be left to your own devices. Successful MD says Pookies leave them with debt, babies, and crazy. Right. And they want the productive men to just take them as they are. Take me as I am. Scorned, bitter, mad, all these things. And he's supposed to just come in and just be with you and take you as you are, handle you with all your bitterness and just accept it. That means just accept it, take it, and let me figure it out while I'm with you. Like, come on, that's crazy. Thank you once again for the super chat, Successful MD. So yeah, that's a problem. And until women realize that that's a problem, then men are just going to go their ways and find other women to make babies with, marry, and all the whole nine. While a lot of these women are going to be left to their own devices, still struggling, still complaining, and still bitter. So I'm going to leave it here, you guys. Make sure you guys hit the like button on your way out. Make sure you are watching the videos that are posted on the channel, you guys. Make sure you go over and like the videos and share them if you can, and leave a comment for your girl. Make sure we are getting the numbers up on the videos as well. If you are new to the channel and you like the content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It is free to subscribe. Also, don't forget to hit that notification bell, you guys, and click all so that you'll get all of my content. That is super, super important. And also, if you want to support the channel via Super Chat, Cash App, go ahead and do that. That definitely helps. And by the way, shout out to everybody who support the channel, the live stream tonight. And otherwise, shout out to you guys for supporting with the super chats. I appreciate you. Anybody who've ever given a super chat or Cash App to this channel, I appreciate you so, so much. You have no idea. What else? If you want to become a channel member, that's another way to support the channel as well. So that is it, y'all. Thank y'all once again for being here. Guess what? I will be back tomorrow. Same time. So make sure you guys have that notification bell clicked on. I will be back tomorrow. I hope you guys are appreciating these live streams. Because I'm gonna try to bring you guys a live stream the rest of this month. Because we only have like 5 days left in the month. So it's 27th. What? So today is the 27th. So we only have what today? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so we only have about 5 days left in the month. So I'm gonna try to bring you guys at least an hour live for the rest of this month. Are y'all down for that? Do y'all want to see me up here live for the next 5 days? Put a 1 in the chat if you do. 1 in the chat if you do, because if you don't, let me know. Do y'all want to see a live stream for the rest of this month? So the next 5 days in this month, put a 1 in the chat if you're okay with that. Because I'm going to try to go ahead and finish out the rest of the month with the live for you guys. If that's what you want to see. You didn't get a notification. Yeah, he tried again. If you're not getting notifications, go in, hit that button again and click all to make sure that you get the notification, y'all. Because sometimes YouTube don't send it out. But if you don't get a notification, just know I will be up here 1:15 p.m. Central Standard Time. So if you don't get a notification, just check in at 1:15 and I should be here. All right. But definitely go ahead and hit the notification button and click all so that you'll be notified. Sometimes it turns it off, but go ahead and turn it back on if you didn't get a notification. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to come up here for the rest of this month for you guys with some different topics, at least for an hour. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Make sure you guys hit the like button on your way out. Thank you. Successful MD just took the words out of my mouth. Thank you so much. He said, please hit the thumbs up on your way out. Thank you, Successful MD. Read my mind. I was just about to say it and you posted it. Thank you. I appreciate you guys so much. So do what Successful MD said. Hit the like button on your way out. All right. Thank y'all so much for being here. Y'all know I appreciate you guys. I will see you on tomorrow, same time. So I will see you then. So y'all be safe out here in these streets. Take care. I love you guys. And I will see you in the next one. Mwah.